Jose, Jose,
What's
how's it
up,
going?
brother?
How's
Darryl,
it
what's going
going?
on, baby?
Nice to see you, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, brother. Good to be here with the group, man. How's everybody doing?
You guys can,
Flawless.
turn your cameras on as well.
Yeah, see everybody's face and see what's up.
Sure, for
We
sure.
we got the whole team. We got Amina, Ayana, Mohammed. We got the credit score guru.
Yes, sir.
We got the whole team. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Now, these are people that's real serious about, scaling their businesses. They've been grinding, they're dedicated, hardworking, all that good stuff. So definitely wanted to bring you on just to add some value and what it is that you do, because really nobody do it like how you do it, to be honest with you. So guys,
Appreciate it, brother.
Davion actually introduced me to Jose. If you guys don't know Davion, he's been everywhere. He actually has a contract with iHeartRadio. He's the only credit repair business in the whole United States that has a contract with iHeartRadio to market his services. And I say
100%.
that to say he landed that deal through Jose. Like this man here is like really in the in crowd. Like he's tied in with Obama. Um, he was an official with him. I mean, you can literally just Google him. He has access to everyone. He has access to a lot of like high level media marketing strategies that he's doing that's really it can't be duplicated. You can't even Google a guy like him and just discover him. You got to know somebody that knows somebody. So, it's really a blessing to have him on this call tonight to just give you guys value. So yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you, brother. Look, I gotta get Darryl on my sales team, man, because this man knows how to sell me well. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you guys. I appreciate Davian and Daryl and everybody else on the call. Look, and yeah, well, and the folks that maybe are watching that will watch this later, we'll help them out as well. But the first thing I'll say is 2026 Q1, it's already done, right? We're already in Q2, so we're at a moment, we're at a crossroads where you decide: do I want to be somebody in 2026? Do I want to bring my brand to the next level? Do I want to play the big leagues? Do I want to play at a level that I can charge more, that I can be more, that I can help more, that I can make a bigger impact? This is the moment, folks, because by the time we close and open our eyes again, we're in October, we're in November, we're in Q4, and we're looking back and we're saying, "Damn, what happened?" Right? Like what happened to the year? And then you find yourself in December of 2026. Oh, well, I'm getting ready for 2027. This is my year. Um, and how many of y'all here know, right, that the year goes by and you say, "Damn, man, here I am saying this is going to be the year." How many more times, how many more years are we going to say next year is going to be the year? Right? Instead of saying this is the year, I ain't got to wait till October. I ain't got to wait till December. Right? Today on this call, we're live April 28th. It's today. The day to do it, to get it done, is today. The day to make more money is today. The day that we charge more is today. The day that we start posting more is today. It's never been easier. It's never been easier, folks. Now with AI, it's never been easier to post online. It's never been easier to get featured. I've gotten and Darryl sort of said it. I started my. Actually, let me share my screen really quick before we do this. But let me see this. Hold on. Let me just put this slideshow. Okay. All right, Darryl. I'm just gonna share my screen real quick.
That's cool.
Bam, 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 bam. Allow. Chrome tab. Let's start with this one. Okay. Okay. Everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start right here, right? So you look at that's my Instagram. Everybody follow me on Instagram. It's only a couple of you here, so no excuse. I'm gonna find out if you don't follow me or not. Okay. So I got over 1 million followers. I posted 4,180 times, folks. Every single post it's an opportunity to sell every single post. Even, and let me just say this, even if you don't, even if I'm not selling something, I'm still selling you. So even if I'm just showing my kids, showing my family, showing my wife, if I'm traveling the world, I might not be selling directly, but I'm selling indirectly. Does that make sense? And that is something that you got to keep in mind in 2026. Do you see me, or you only see my slides?
We see both.
See
Oh, you see
both.
the both. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Okay, beautiful. All right. So that's the whole idea, that you need to start thinking a little bit bigger and saying, okay, this is the moment. This is the year that I post more. This is the year that I help more. And I would say 70, and I'm just going to start throwing some nuggets for you guys. 80% of the issue is in your bio. People got very short time, very short memories, attention. They just go. They're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I tell you, literally in 3 sentences, what I do. Right? I teach entrepreneurs how to make money with AI. I'm a former Obama official. Mission: 1,000 entrepreneurs building AI powered businesses. And you see me at the top, AI and branding expert. So obviously, I do both. I do AI and I do media and PR. But I know I've been doing PR and media for the last 10 years of my life. But I know that the sort of the new wave is coming into AI, right? So all you guys, yeah, you might be selling credit, or you might be selling taxes, or whatever the heck you're doing. We're all gonna have to do AI. There's no way that we're gonna survive as entrepreneurs in this economy if we do not do AI. Now, if you mix it with the media, which is what I've been doing with David and what I'm gonna be doing with Darryl and everybody here, then that's a freaking power combo. Because we all know, most of you guys on this call are not using Google anymore or as much. You're using Chat GPT, you're using Claude, right? So people now are gonna freaking Chat GPT, who is Jose Aristimuño or whatever, and you can do that. You're gonna get like a whole couple of paragraphs. You might get a whole essay of who I am, what I've done, and everything. So all you guys can do the same thing, because we can control the algorithm, maybe not directly, but indirectly. How? By posting on social media. Every time we post, we're feeding the AI different systems, the models. Um, every time you get on the media, you show up on Fox News or whatever, NBC, CBS, you're feeding the algorithm. So I don't know, Darryl, I don't know if you know this, but you guys might, I don't know if you know this. I'm curious. How many people do credit repair in America? Do you have that number? Have you ever looked into that?
Yeah, 42,000.
Okay, so let's do the quick math right here. I got my pen, paper. 42. I'm a little old school. 42,000 people do credit repair in America, right?
Yep.
There's 330 million people in America. Uh, Half of them are women and half of them are men. Um, they all need credit repair. I guess, when do you start? Do you get do you get a credit score when you're 18 years old and you start opening? I guess you start feeding this with like a bank account and all that type of stuff, or are there people that are younger than 18 that have credit?
Younger than 18.
Younger than 18, so you could be like 15, 14, and you already
Well,
start
they can
building credit.
start building credit under 18, but they're not really getting
Mm-hmm.
approved for lines of credit at that age. Like they can just hop on their parents' card to like start establishing credit.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but if you're 18 and up, they can hire you all, right, to do credit repair. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So we know that out of the 330 million, probably like 70% of those people are over 18, and they can get your service. So yeah, 42,000 seems like a big number of people in the space, but when there's 330 million people or over 300 million people to serve, it's not that much, right?
Well, I
Now,
would I would say out of that 42,000 though, like
yeah.
95% make less than 5,000 a month.
Ooh, okay. Now, yeah, that's real interesting. It's probably, I would think it's probably a mix of, number one, they got tired along the way. They didn't do enough execution. They didn't have somebody like Darryl or Davion to guide them through how to do this right. And third, they probably didn't have a freaking brand, right? Like they just did one post, or they just said, "Hey, I'll repair your credit." Like, yeah, but where are the testimonials? Right? Where's the whole brand right behind it? So with social media, you guys have a huge advantage, because my quest for you is, what I want you to understand is it's not the best product that wins, right? It's the best known product that wins, right? And write that down and sort of get that in your head. It's not the best product that wins. It's the best known product that wins. McDonald's is not the best hamburger. We know. It's probably one of the worst, but it's the one that makes the most money, right? It's the one that you see everywhere you go. You can't drive in America a mile or 2 miles without seeing McDonald's. So you guys have to be so freaking well known all across the world, all across America. You have to be omnipresent, right? You have to be everywhere and anywhere at all times, right? Here's a quote from Bill Gates. If I was down to my last dollar, I would spend it on public relations, right? And this is one of the richest people in the world. He competes obviously with Elon Musk and some others, but he's in the top 5 for sure. And he's like, if I had nothing, I would work on public relations. I would work on my marketing because I know if I get known, people know who I am. People can flow me the cash, right? But people don't know I exist. People can't pay you. All right. So this is something that will never go away. And this is super important for you guys to know. And this is the cool thing, how AI can power our businesses. It don't matter if AI will continue, but credit's not going anywhere, right? Credit's like or financial DNA, right? Or financial ID or something, right? PR and marketing is not going to go anywhere. It doesn't matter if AI might help us because he helps you do the writing, helps you do the content, but you still got to do the content. This is so incredibly important. Let me play you guys. Let me see how I'm gonna switch this. Do you guys see my YouTube or no? Or you only see you see the slides?
The slides.
Oh, you still see the slides. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, give me a second. Bam, 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 bam.
Guys, put some fire in the chat if y'all getting value so far. Is he saying anything of interest to you guys? Because he definitely got me on the edge of my seat.
Let me see. All right. So check this out. Check this out. Are you guys see my YouTube? You see the screen, right? YouTube. Okay, check this out. This is me on TV.
People from coming in illegally. Why are you against
You're right.
that?
You're right. Maybe you should go to Mexico. Maybe you haven't. Actually, there's a wall there already. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe your viewers should know that. There's a wall already in Mexico, okay? So why don't we put a wall with Canada? Come on, that is silly. We don't need a wall there.
We're also practicing yesterday for the congressional game today that they were praying for their brothers and sisters on the other side. So yes, I'm very happy to see that happen.
I'm so glad you said all of that, Jose, because our nation needs it right now. Jose, Chris, thank you for your time and your perspective this morning. Thank you.
They only want to repeal it and maybe potentially replace it later. The only reason that they're doing that, pure and simple, is because their interest in playing political games. They don't want what's best for the American people. The American people have refused time and time again the Senate bill. They don't want it. But Boyd, we got a bunch of competitive races in 2018. We're going to win them. We're going to get the House back. Look, we are going to continue recruiting new members to run for office. New young Democrats.
She's not going anywhere.
She's not going anywhere. Talking about this, you guys don't even invite us to debate this bill. No one saw the Senate bill until a few days ago. How are we supposed to know what's in this bill? How are we supposed to support something that we haven't seen? The whole thing was done in secrecy.
Country. Jose Aristimuño is a former deputy press secretary at the Democratic National Committee, and he joins us now. Jose, thanks a lot for coming on tonight. So,
all right, so you guys see me there a little bit in action and sort of what I've been doing. I've been firing TV. I've debated the greatest of the greatest, the toughest of the toughest, and I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, I could care less. Obviously, I'm a Democrat if I work for Barack Obama, but I got a lot of great friends on the right side that love Trump and love the president. So I don't really care. I'm not here to talk politics, but I can tell you is when I go into an airport, I was in Washington actually this past weekend for the correspondence dinner. Luckily, we're all safe and nothing. It was crazy. You guys know what happened, but I get recognized at airports and things like that all the time. And I don't say that from ego. I really could care less. But the more people that know me, I can make more money. I can help more people. And I know you guys want to do that. I know everyone on this call, if you follow Darryl and Davion and the rest of the crew, you're not doing this just because of the money. You understand that if you fix somebody's credit, you're allowing somebody to have financial freedom. You're allowing somebody to get a home, get a car, put more money, a line of business, whatever, credit line, you name it. So you still got time. You still got time to get to the next level. If you're making 5, will want to make 10, right? If you're making 10, I know you want to make 20, you want to make 30. I would say on a personal level, like when I first crossed the 100K mark monthly, it don't really matter. I got friends who make 300K a month, and dude, after you do 100K, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. I actually tell people, be careful what you wish for, because if you want to make millions a month, I got a friend and a client. He's got one of the biggest telecommunication sales organizations in America. He sells phone services and internet services for Verizon Wireless, right? He's one of their number one providers. I help him compete in national awards, so like Inc. 5,000, the top 5,000 companies in America. This guy makes 22 million a year, but he's got like 400 employees, right? So like sometimes, and he probably pays a little more taxes than I do. So, but sometimes I tell folks, do you want to make 20 million and have, remember, more money, more problems, right? Or do you want to make a couple million, 2-3 million, and be okay for yourself, and you don't have such a large overhead? It's a personal choice. There's no right or wrong. But I want you guys to start thinking about all these big money problems, because if you want to have big money, you got to start thinking like a big money type of guy or girl. Okay, you got to start thinking like a millionaire. You want to be a millionaire, or if you're a millionaire, maybe some of you guys are millionaires on this call now, but you want to be multi-million, you're going to start playing that field. That's why you see the richest of the richest, they pay for access, right? Like they pay to see Obama, they pay to see Trump, they pay to go to the country club, the Mar-a-Lagos and all those type of things, right? That wasn't made. It's not just for playing golf, folks. It's because they want to make the money. The real deals are made in the golf courses. They're made in those in the yachts and the jets and all that type of stuff. So the media will open those doors. This is a huge difference between PR and marketing. PR will open the door of access because it will give you the authority, and marketing will get you through the door. So once you get featured in places like Fox News, NBC, CBS, guess what? You saw me there, right? You saw me. That's a reel. That Instagram reel, that could be. That is an email. Hey, I just got featured on Fox News. You could be next, right? Like that's an ad creative, right? I don't need to tell nobody anything. Just freaking put my face on Fox, and I could send that through a Facebook ad and be like, you could be next. Everybody's gonna believe me because it's the fucking truth. You just saw me on Fox News. I don't gotta try too hard. The TV already sold for me, right? So the problem is, it's really funny because I love Instagram. I make millions of dollars from Instagram, and I would not, like, I'm an Instagram type of guy. There's some people that love LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever. I'm an Instagram type of guy. You should try and choose one vertical and do that vertical very well. After you master that vertical, then you can move, right? I had a client the other day, because I do business, I do PR, but I also do business scaling, right? So I had a client the other day tell me, Jose, I think I should go on YouTube now. I'm like, okay, how many followers you got? I got 25,000 followers. That's good, but I'm like, bro, get to my level, get to 1 million followers, get to 100,000 followers, and then you start doing YouTube. What are you talking about doing YouTube if you don't even have, you haven't even posted on Instagram 1,000 times? There's a great book I recommend, The Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell, The Tipping Point. And he talks about the 10,000 hour rule, folks. If you practice anything for 10,000 hours, you will be a master. Playing guitar, playing the piano, doing PR, doing AI, right? So you guys have to become the best of the best at credit repair. And you got somebody like Darryl to lead the way. But you now got to help yourself using AI, using PR, using the marketing. Everybody, drop a 5 if you're listening. I don't know if you all fell asleep. Just drop a 5, drop something on the chat. Make sure you're listening. You're getting some value out of this. Okay, there we go. But by the way, if everybody can put on your on the chat, where is everybody from? I want to know where's everybody be living at. I'm in Boca Raton, an hour north of Miami. We got Brian in DC. I was just in Washington, North Dakota, baby. Little Rock, Arkansas. Is it Arkansas or is it Arkansas? I don't know how the hell you all say it. Does that depend?
It's Arkansas. It's Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. That's Billy Clinton. That's Bill Clinton, folks. That's the play.
100%. I met his son here, man.
Oh, really?
I was raised up with his son back in the day. You seen that whole PR thing with his son?
No.
You got to look into it. That's a story for another day. Check into
Okay. Talk about obviously Bill Clinton's been through some stuff, good and bad. We all know, but good old Monica. But he's charismatic as shit, right? Like that guy don't matter, man. He's like, I don't know, he's got to be like 80 or something. And that guy, dude, you get in a room and you cannot like talk to him and like and you know and kick it with him, right? So, California, we got Michigan, but in Dallas now, Maryland, baby. What part of Maryland, Kiona? I used to work for the governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley. So when I lived in DC, I took the train. I took the MARC train, PG County. Yeah. I used to take a train from DC to Baltimore every day. MD's is a fun place. All right. So anyways, so you guys saw a little bit of what we do. Okay. So let me go back here and share my screen. Bam. Where does this go at? Okay, let me see. Okay, boom, there we go. Everybody know that good-looking fellow on Associated Press. Everybody know who that good-looking fellow is there with the Rolls Royce. So we got our boy on AP News.
I don't think a lot of people in the group have met Davion. I know he be busy. He hasn't been super active in the group as of yet, but I'll let you guys. Davion is one of the first people that actually signed up, trusted me in his mentorship when I first started. And like he literally took off. You probably seen a testimony on my page, but like within 30 days, he turned his business up. And it really like I was like a boot camp for him. And he took off and went to a whole nother level. Super proud of what he's been able to accomplish.
And I think it's been a good mix of what Darryl has been able to do with the systems, right? And everything he does in the back end. And then having him featured in major media and national publications like Associated Press. That just makes that's just a killer combination, right? Like there's no way people are not gonna buy from you, because I know some of us don't want to accept that. Yeah, just because you have more followers or just because you've been on TV doesn't make you, doesn't mean that your service is better. It's true. Maybe the person with less followers has a better service than the person that's more famous. But I could tell you it's human psychology, folks. People are going to go with the one that shows up on Google, shows up in ChatGPT, the one that's got articles like this, the one that has a system. So if you're the best, I love that for you, and I think that's great. But we now got to make sure that matches with the fame on the audience. So you can see here some of the stuff that we do for our clients. We've done stuff for Gary Vee. We've done stuff for people here. That's ABC News in Tampa Bay. Live TV right there on the set, digital journal, obviously amazing as well. So I can tell you, and this is the thing too, like if I was on here and I told you guys should get featured in the media and do all this stuff and everything, but I've never been in the media, then that's something weird, right? It doesn't make sense. It's not up. But I'm on TV every single freaking day of my life. And the more I go on, the more money I make. And the funny thing is that I know TV might be like, I think from the past in the sense that like everybody's now on social media, But here's the thing, folks. Everybody can be on Instagram because Instagram is free, right? Anybody can have a freaking pretty looking Instagram, right? But not everybody can have this type of sort of authority place, credibility place, especially in the credit repair business. You guys know this. I don't have to tell you. There's a lot of people that it's a certain part of the credit repair business and many other businesses have a bad rep. They're a scam, this and that. They could have done this. And, so these are the things that are going to bulletproof your business when people come and try to hate on what you do or whatever. Does that make sense?
100%.
100%.
Cool. So, all right. So here, and we not only do that, we do Spanish. We got a lot of I'm Latino. I'm originally from Venezuela, but we do a lot of Latino press as well. We can get you on Times Square in the biggest of the biggest, billboards and what have you. Attention is the new currency, right? Like that's sort of like what we've been talking about. Where attention goes, the money flows, right? We need to get the attention back to you guys. And the cool thing is that Yeah, 42,000 credit repair business. They all start doing media. Cool. But everybody's different. Darryl's story is different than Davian's story, right? And somebody else's story. Everyone here has got a story to tell. No one here can tell me, Jose, but my story's not cool enough for the media. False, wrong. I don't even know your story yet, but I can tell you that you're wrong already. Because my job, and I learned this from President Obama, is that everybody's got a powerful story. I don't think there's no one better in the country as a storyteller and as a sort of communications master than Obama. I think Trump, he's really good too, but in a whole different sort of way, right? Whether you like Trump or not, he's also a very good communicator, but he kind of speaks to you like as a kindergarten, and I don't mean that like in an offense, right? I just think he talks to you like you're like a 5-year-old kid. This is what happens with blah blah blah, And Obama does it more eloquently, and he just kind of flows with the words. He pauses this and that. So there's a whole strategy, right? Obama didn't just wake up one day and be like, "Oh, I'm just this great speech writer, or I'm this great presenter." No, he had to train. You got to train your brain to do that. So what I want to do for you folks is obviously give you an opportunity that if you want to do something like this, obviously reach out to me, and I'll give you guys my phone number, and I'll tell you I got like a very specific offer that I want to, and I'm not going to reveal the price here, but I'll at least tell you what I think will be a good first step for you guys. Because anybody that's going to tell you, hey, I'm going to put you in Forbes magazine in the cover, and I say this respectfully, even if you had 50 grand, 20 grand, 25 grand, which is what it costs to be in a place like Entrepreneur or Forbes or whatever, even if you had the money, you don't qualify for Forbes if you've never had media. Media, it's like an avalanche or like a baby. Or before you run and you're a teenager or a 5-year-old or a toddler, you gotta crawl, then you gotta walk, and then you run, right? You can't just stop. If you start running, what happens? You fall. Does that make sense? Cool, we following?
100%.
Okay, so
Yep.
So whoever is the most credible wins. We kind of talked that about a little bit. Who's not the best product that wins is the best known product that wins, right? So before the brand, there was access. There's me and Obama. I had a little more hair. I was a little younger too. That was a little while back. I lost hair. I think the White House made me lose hair, but it was one of the greatest honors of my life. We had a lot of fun. I learned a lot from the guy. I was there for the second administration, not for the first one. I did a little campaign for the president in the first go around, but really where I started working with him in the communications aspect of the White House, it was the second term, starting in 2012. So here's the formula: credibility, authority, and income. We start doing the credibility by getting you featured in TV, the billboards, all that type of stuff. We start getting you the authority, because when people Google you, people now chat GPT, you show up number one on the page. We work on the content too. The content's got to look freaking amazing. It's kind of what I told you guys at the beginning of this. 4,000 posts, folks. I've been perfecting the craft every single day. Is every single post beautiful? No. Does every post go viral? No. And do I care? No. Because volume, and quantity will beat quality every single time. Get that in your brain. Write that down. Volume and quantity will beat quality every single time. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to go out there and just put shit content, excuse my language, out there. No, like do your best or whatever. But with so much AI, by the way, with so much AI out there, people want the raw. People just want like the FaceTime. You call this the FaceTime content, where you just kind of you put your phone like this and you're just saying, hey, everybody, I want to share with you. Did you know that if you have a credit score of this and that, you can get approved for this, for the whatever and you guys do with that type of stuff. But I'll tell you is another thing that's so freaking important, guys. And Gary Vee taught me this, is you got to put your content into buckets. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's like 4 or 5 buckets. And buckets, I mean categories. Like for me, lifestyle, right? Family, motivation, and career, for example. So so whenever I'm posting something, I'm thinking, okay, is this lifestyle, like me eating, traveling, whatever? Is this me working, right? Like career, whatever, doing PR stuff? Is this family, me, my wife, the kids, right? Is this motivation, right? And sometimes you can add a 5th one, like education too, right? And some of them, one piece of content, maybe it's a few buckets at the same time. It might be inspiration with education at the same time, right? It might be lifestyle with family, because traveling in a private jet with my kids. Obviously, that's inspiration, right? And that's also family. So I want you guys to start thinking in buckets when you post on Instagram, on YouTube, or whatever, or TikTok, because you don't want to look like every other credit repair guy out there or girl. You don't want to look like every other realtor. How many people you guys know? You go on their page and it's just a person like, this is the house, this is the apartment, this is how much it costs, and they have all the pictures of the house. Everybody does that. Like you got to be a little creative, right? Like when you start doing some crazy stuff that got nothing to do with credit repair, right? If you're traveling the world, some of you guys I overheard at the beginning of the call, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Thailand. Okay, well, David and I were talking about this yesterday. Yeah, go to Thailand and take some pictures with the tigers and the whole thing, and I'll repair your credit, right? You got a tiger next to you. Like, what the heck, right? Like, people are gonna watch that, right? People are gonna stick to that, right?
Yeah.
Those are the things. I'm not saying be careful. Don't be quoting me now. This isn't recorded. I'm not telling you to go next to a tiger, by the way. Jose Aristimuño, former Obama official, tells a group of entrepreneurs that could go play with a tiger. But in all seriousness, be creative, man, and be yourself too. Like if you're a faith-driven person, like I'm a Christian, so I do a lot of God, verses, Bible verses, and that's what I do. That's who I am. I could care less if people like it or not. That's me. And I know there's a bunch of other motherfuckers out there that think like me and share my values and my character, and they're gonna buy from me. Because when you are yourself, that shit is contagious, folks. That shit, people love that. People can see through that. I promise you. So stop trying to be somebody else. Stop trying to, look at what everybody else is doing. Worry about you and do it well. Does that make sense? You follow me?
100%. 100%.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I don't want to take too much of your time. This is what I'm going to do for the folks that are on this call. I'm going to get you featured. Look at this. It's very, very to the point. I'm going to get you featured on AP News, Fox News, NBC, CBS, and New York Finance. That's a $5,000 value. So you're going to get 5 very big, powerful national publications that are going to get you from 1.0 to 2.0. Okay? If you had a twin brother or twin sister and you went online, let's just say Darryl had a twin brother, and Darryl has 12,000 followers, but his twin brother, he looks like him, he speaks like him, he's got 100,000 followers, and his brother's been on Fox News, he's been on AP News. If somebody comes and wants to, okay, I'm gonna repair my credit. Should I do it with Darryl or should I do it with Darryl's brother? Who are they gonna pick? Right? They're gonna pick Darryl's brother, obviously, because he's got the followers, he's got the thing. Even though maybe Darryl's even better, maybe he's got a better system, or he repairs credit better, faster, better price. So I want you guys to transform yourself into your best version, into your own best competition. So if you were going to buy from yourself, you're like, no, I wouldn't buy from the version that I am today, but I would buy from the version that I will be tomorrow. Does that make sense? You following me?
Yep.
So this is what I'll do. Here's my number. Send me the word. Some of you guys that are serious, you're like, Jose, I want to do this. I want to start getting my brand to the next level. I'm ready. I don't want to wait till December. I don't want to wait till 2027. I know today's the best freaking moment to get it done, to change my life, to start making a bigger impact, making more money so I can help my family, travel the world, like Darryl, like David, like myself. Text me the word VIP via WhatsApp or text, don't matter, 202-469-2655. 202-469-2655. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I don't know if anybody's got any questions or anything like that, but I can hang out for a few minutes and take some questions if you guys want.
Appreciate you, man. That definitely was dope. Yeah, we'll just open it up for a few questions if you guys want to connect. Before time is very limited, so if you guys got any questions for them, shoot them out.
That's right. And if you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, I'll leave my Instagram on here too. Everybody connect. And then I'll leave you the number. Text the word text VIP and we'll hook it up. Amina, how can we get real followers on IG? So great question. So I know there was a big wave of the bots and fake followers, giveaways. Giveaways, I think sometimes work, sometimes they don't work. Depends who participates in the giveaway. So I think giveaways a lot of times are real, but people who need resources more than other people in America, maybe people from Latin America or India, they participate in giveaways to win $50 or $100. So you end up getting a bunch of followers from other places that they might be real followers, but you don't need those type of followers. I understand, because you want people to freaking at the end of the day buy your service. So it goes to your question, how do we get real followers on IG? First, be yourself, be real. Second, a lot of times doing lead gen type of guides or docs or ebooks. You see this on Instagram a lot. Like, hey, comment the word lead and I'll send you my guide on how to do this and that, or send me the word credit, right? Obviously, people send the word credit, they engage with you, and they say, I like what Darryl or Jose are saying. I'm gonna start following, right? I will tell you though, follower count is really good for optics. But I would say engagement and having a really good system. I don't know the internal system, and Darryl is the master at that, but like we close a lot on DMs, right? So we do 80% of our closes are on direct messages. We do ads, people message us because of the ads, funnels, and then we do that. Or we take them to a webinar and we sell. But I would say, the best way is to be yourself, a massive amount of content. You know how I was saying quantity and volume? That's going to help you because what's going to happen is people are going to see you so much. They're going to be like, damn, this person keeps popping up on my feed. I'm going to start following them, right? So that's something that helps a lot. Like I said, the giveaways help a lot too. With followers, I will say though, it is a mix of quantity and quality. I always tell folks, don't worry too much if your followers are all coming from America, because you want the number to look good. If you have 100,000 followers and 99% of them are from India, that doesn't serve you. That doesn't do you any good. But if you have 100,000 followers and you got 20,000 American followers, I'd rather have 100,000 followers with 20,000 people from America and 80 from India. I'm just saying India for not for whatever. Then have 20,000 followers, only American people, because the people who look at the $100,000 follower number, they're going to go with that person instead of going with you. So I hope that's helpful. But I will say, don't worry so much about the followers as much. Do so if you want some quick followers. I would do giveaways. I wouldn't go on like buyingfollowers.com away. I wouldn't do that, but I would do giveaways. And there's a lot of influencer giveaways where you can participate. And like Kim Kardashian gives away an iPhone, and she says, "Hey, follow these people," and they cost a pretty penny sometimes. They sometimes cost a couple grand, but it works and it's a good start. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody have any other questions?
I got a question. How do you feel about people who do a bunch of AI content?
Man, so I like to mix it up. So I just started doing, I cloned myself and I did an AI clone, and I'm doing a lot of content with AI clone. Here's the thing. People know it's AI. People know it's not me. But people don't care. People still like the content. People still like what my clone said, right? Because they know that might not be me in a studio, but they know that whatever I had that clone say, that came from me, right? I wanted him to say that, right?
What do you think is a good balance, a good ratio?
Man, I would say 30%. I would start with 30% AI, 70% real at the beginning. And then you gradually start moving the AI clone up the scale. Now, you have to be careful. I'd rather not put an AI clone. If your AI clone needs to look 75% like you, or otherwise don't post it. I think the one that I built recently, I think it looks like 75, 80%. It's pretty good. Darryl, you probably seen it. I think it looks pretty good. It's my own voice, right? Always, it's got to be your voice. Don't put something that looks like you and it doesn't know your voice. That's whack, right? Make sure you do your own voice. The more you practice, the more you do. Whether you hire a company like mine to build it, that's cool. Or if you do it yourself, probably take you a little longer, but you can probably get it done. There's so much freaking info out there with YouTube and all these things. But I think it's going to come a point that so many people are going to do it that it's going to be the new norm. It's going to be the new thing. But here's where your real face becomes all that more valuable. right? So, which is why I might be able to clone myself, but I can't go on. I can't. My clone can't go on TV, right? So just I would mix it, like I said. I would start with 30%, and then I will start moving it up. And here's the last thing I'll say on that. I post 2 to 3 reels per day, right? So let me look at my stats really quick, because I want you guys to freaking, I want to blow your mind a little bit, because I want you to understand this, and it's so freaking important. So if you go into your insights, I'm gonna go my tools. If you go to your tools on your professional dashboard and you click on monthly recap, we're gonna go for March 2026. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so let's see if you guys see these, right? So let me see if you guys can see. Okay, this is my March numbers, right? So, all right, 69 reels. Okay, 69. Oh, this thing started moving. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, here we go. 1.2. Where is it? 1.2 reels views right there. 68% from non-followers. 68%, guys. That's freaking amazing. 68% of a million people looked at my content. 68% did not follow me. That's important, because that means that people that they don't know me. I want the strangers to come to my page because I want them to buy from me, right? Look at the views from the last month compared to the month before. The purple, it's that month, right? That's the month. That's March. The smaller line, that's February. That means my views are looking up. And like I said, I did 69 reels in March. 69. So if you do the math, 30 days, right, in a month, if you post 2 reels per day, that's 60 reels, basically. So I'm posting 2 reels a day. They're not always me. They're just repurposed content, like motivational content that I like. Now, I can't just do motivational content because I'm not on a motivational page. But you know how I told you about the different buckets, right? I'm feeding the motivational bucket, because that's what you call top of funnel, right? Those are the people that come to your page just because they want to be inspired. And most people go on Instagram because they want to be inspired. Then all of a sudden they're freaking taking out their credit card and they're buying your stuff. But they're not going on Instagram to do that. They're in their bed and they're about to go to sleep, whatever. And all of a sudden you took them from the top of funnel to middle of funnel and to the bottom of funnel. But anyways, I know that's a sort of long answer, Darryl. But I, like I said, people got to start learning how to do it now. But post enough so the people don't notice that much. So that's really where I was getting at. If you only post one post per every 3 days and you post a freaking AI clone, that's crazy. But if you post like me 3, 4, 5 times, you throw a little AI in there, you keep going, post a bunch of shit, and post a little AI in there. People so much info, bro. People don't even notice at the beginning.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Anybody? Any other question, guys?
Also, if we can bring Davion on real quick, if no one has any other questions, just to speak about his experience. I know you guys been able to have a lot of success with each other. If Davion, if you don't mind sharing, your journey.
Hello?
Yeah.
Most definitely. No, but just knowing that my journey with the PR, just knowing that it is competition out here in the credit space, So it is what, like we were saying, 42,000 people in the credit space right now, man. But just being in the PR just set me apart. Far as it's easier to sell. It's easier to sell. It's a marketing strategy. It's easy to sell to people. Just give you that credibility. Like I said, I'm in Oklahoma City, so it's more. Once I start getting in those medias and the TVs and etc. whatnot like that, it was whenever, because a lot of people when they come to us credit people or just anybody in the financial literacy space, we gotta they gotta give us their information and stuff like that. They think everything is a scam, so it's always a pause, going towards the next step, but don't having that credibility, it was just always easier on the phone for my sales team to always mention that, and it's never no question when I'm selling, it's just always a go. You know, so and just from my experience, I mean, I've been in the PR, I mean, in the news articles since a couple years now. So every year, I gradually increase in sales. So it's never no problem. Especially like I said, wherever I'm at, just given that, and how can I put it? You just want to have the right people buying your product. Because it is some people, there's low ticket customers and you got high ticket customers, and but having that credibility, it opened doors for just more high ticket customers. Because just for where that I'm placed in, on that TV, and having the right people watching and the right people, reading who I am, worldwide, so. Just that credibility, it just makes everything easy. It's just a marketing strategy, and it definitely it helped me tremendously. So,
100%, man. That makes sense. I've been seeing what you're doing as well.
100%.
You really see.
I let it do credit repair full time. I don't do anything else. I'm one of the ones. I'm one of the ones like I like to master just one thing. I don't like doing multiple hustles. Me personally, I like to master one thing, and just keep it flowing from there. So yeah, I was like that's just me though. But yeah, but like I said, I do credit repair full time. So literally, that's all I do.
100%, 100%. Okay. Yeah, if we don't have any other questions, I know, Jose's a very busy man, took time out to speak with us and pour into the community. Highly appreciate that. If you guys want to reach out to him, he posted his phone number or what have you. I know you had a hard stop at 9 Central,
Yeah.
Jose. So yeah, if you just
Yes,
want to
sir.
leave the group with a final message, and guys, we'll stay on a little bit as well, just so I can walk you guys through some of the situations that you're having in your businesses.
Thank you, Darryl, and thank you for the whole team. Always amazing to be here with you all. Ayana, Bay, Quadrugas, Nelson. I don't know if I probably butchered that name, but thank you guys for really taking the time. Um, we live in the greatest country, folks, this planet has ever known. There's 20 million, actually a little over. There's 22 millionaires in America. 22 million. There's no reason why you cannot be 22 million one, 22 million and two, or whatever, right? And it's a beautiful thing because the more people you help, I promise you, the more money you're going to make. And if the credibility would allow you to get there a whole lot faster. We are on the average sort of age, right, of death is like 75, 80 years old, right? So we're not here for a long time, right? We're here for a good time. So let's make it happen. Let's make it count. I appreciate you all. Connect with me. 202, there it is, 469-2655. If you text me the word VIP today, I'm going to hook you up with everything I put out there. And plus the articles, you're gonna get a one-on-one with me where I'm gonna get into your Instagram. I'm gonna tear it apart. I'm a direct type of guy. Darryl and David knows that. I'm gonna go in there, tear it apart, reverse engineer it, make it like a fucking $1 million brand, so people start buying your services, man, left and right, and you gotta worry about anything else. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all. I'll catch you all next time. Okay.
Appreciate
Yes,
you, man.
sir.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
That was dope, man. That was dope. 100%. What was y'all biggest takeaway from that? You stop this recording.
That branding for me, like you said, that branding, it makes a world of difference.